Seventh son of a seventh son. So this album is the last of Iron Maiden's 1980s releases. I've covered all of the 80s releases for this week, and I'll cover the 90s for the weekend, and I'll take care of the 2000s at my own pace next week or whenever. But yes, this represents the last of like their classic essential releases that you have to have, and it's one of their most ambitious from the time period, and the cover speaks for itself. This is probably one of Derek Riggs's best cover arts of all time. In fact, I actually tried drawing this one time back when I was like a junior in high school. I'll show it to you right now, actually. As you can see, it's not really all that good. I mean, the fetus looks like Kirby. It's just a little sketch, and I don't know, that was just my attempt at drawing this cover, but don't worry, it's not like they're gonna go George Lucas and replace this beautiful thing with that sketch. No, they would not do that. They wouldn't even dare. That wouldn't even cross their minds, actually, but don't worry, we've still got this beautiful cover art to recognize and adore. That sketch is going nowhere except for me personally. I personally really like it. And check out this. I mean, there's more stuff on the back. It's a wraparound cover. There's a book right there. Sorry, I hate this reflection screen. It's terrible. And you even got a lot more ice formations of Eddie right there, and just his different incantations. Yeah, I really like this cover. This is one of my all-time favorites by the band. Oh, this is Pollution right there. Come on. But anyway, yeah, this is one of the most peaceful and, like, or not exactly peaceful, but just one of the most mystical and enchanting, very serene cover arts I've ever seen. I mean, check out this lake right here. I mean, that's beautiful. The ice in the background, the floating lights right there. Yeah, it's one of the most mystical cover arts I've ever seen. That's one of the reasons why I was inspired to make that stupid little sketch of it. But anyway, let's talk about the album. So like I said, last classic era, or classic 80s era album. And if you didn't think Iron Maiden were going for a more theatrical, conceptual approach like on Power Slave or Somewhere in Time, think again. They do it to the extreme here. This is their actual concept album. If you thought Somewhere in Time would be their concept album, they even said, no, it's not. This is their concept album for the Seventh Son theme. So yeah, they really up the ante on the theatrical and operatic elements. They include more keyboards than before. On the last album, they were using synthesizers. On this album, they use like real proggy keyboards. Like, I think there might have been a Mellotron or something on this album. I'm not sure about that, but I know there are some choir keyboards here, and that was the big reason why I changed my theme for this album, using a violin set for my album review theme in the very beginning of the review. But yeah, this is, yeah, one of my top 5 favorite Iron Maiden albums. You don't need to build it up anymore. I just want to say here and now, this is one of the best. Yeah, I know, that wasn't really much of a surprise because everybody loves this album. I love this album. This is just an amazing release in every single way. Everyone's performance on this album is top-notch. I mean, as always, but I think they really do increase their performance on here. And the songwriting has never been better. Personally, I still think Number of the Beast is the best album, but this album comes damn close to topping it. In fact, it could very well top it eventually. Well, at the moment I feel Number of the Beast is the best, but Seventh Son has a pretty good chance that it could top it in time. Son of the Seventh Son, the title track, the epic of the album, one of my top 5, maybe top 10 favorites of all time. The Clairvoyant, The Evil That Men Do, Infinite Dreams, Moonchild. Many of these songs are just amazing. in every single way. Not only were they commercially successful, but they just kick ass, man. I am so glad that I went on the Maiden England tour, which was in support of the DVD that they released at the time of the tour for the original album Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. I know that was a very long-winded description, but you know what? I'm going with it anyway. I got to see so many of these songs performed live, and I'm just so glad I went to see it. I mean, it was just amazing. And well, just in case you haven't seen it before, here's my poster for it. Yeah, I should have shown this for when I was talking about Peace of Mind, because that's for the Trooper, but, well, hey, it's for the Maiden England tour, so whatever, I guess. If I had one complaint about the set list, is that they didn't play Infinite Dreams. I was really hoping they'd play that song. They played it on the original tour. I was hoping they'd play it on the new tour as well, but otherwise I really didn't have any complaints about that show. They played Clairvoyant, Seventh Son of the Seventh Son, Evil That Men Do, Can't Play with Madness, Moonchild. Good, very good chunk of the songs off that album for sure, so they definitely still played the majority of them. Yeah, the lyrical themes on this album are my favorites that Iron Maiden has ever talked about. I always love it when Iron Maiden go for that more mystical, enchanting, just that prophetic side. It's something I always love to hear in metal music and just music period. Something to escape from all the political bullshit that a lot of thrash metal bands like to rage at you about. A lot of metalheads love that, but I always like to use music as a sense of escapism and just escaping into the realms of the unknown, and topics like that of the Seventh Son and the Clairvoyant, all that, they really provide that trip for me. Just really takes my mind to a new level, a new area in which I hardly ever explore, but this album definitely does more than explore. It entertains, it keeps me on a wild thrill ride throughout its duration. But that's the thing I really adore about this album. It is able to teach you about certain topics that we don't normally hear about in society today. Just the stuff that lies underneath the surface, the more mystical and enchanting elements in this universe that people are hardly privy to, but it also keeps you just pumped up and energized along the way, just like any Iron Maiden album would. Like a good example of this is like right in the second half of the title track, Seventh Son, it goes a bit more quiet, it gets a bit more eerie, and then the lyrics, "Today is born the seventh one, born of woman the seventh son, and he in turn of a seventh son. He has the power to heal, he has the gift of second sight. He is the chosen one, so it shall be written, and so it shall be done." That really is what puts this album in the rank of legendary status, little moments like that. But also, like, right after that, the song just builds. The drums are getting a little bit faster. The choir keys appear, and there's just a lot of momentum building until suddenly, boom, it just explodes. It gets you right back into the song. And it's moments like that that set apart albums like this from albums like this. So yeah, hands down, one of the best Iron Maiden albums ever. One of my top 3 favorite albums by the band of all time. I'm going to have to give it about a 9.25 out of 10. I adore this release. I love it. It is spellbinding from front to fucking back. I don't think I can continue this review without further sounding like a crazy obsessed fanboy or anything like that, so I think that's really all I have to say about this release. You all know it, you all love it, so yeah, I just wanted to give my 2 cents about it. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this review, and hopefully the next album of theirs will be any good. I'm hoping. How can they top this album?